things are for sure, death and taxes, but it's no surprise tax scams are on the rise. So what can you do to avoid becoming a victim? The Oracle of Orlando, our financial expert Joe Bert, joining us this morning with tips. Joe, good morning. Good
morning,
to see
Adrienne.
you.
Good to be here.
All right, let's talk about the tax scam. What can you do to avoid a tax scam?
Well, first of all, recognize that the IRS is never going to pick up the phone and call you. So if you get a phone call from somebody that says they're from the Internal Revenue Service, hang up the phone. The Internal Revenue Service is not going to initiate contact by telephone. And believe me, it's very... have you gotten these calls at home?
A dozen of them,
Yeah,
at least.
right.
Yes.
Yeah,
and at first it's a little startling. You're like,
Yes.
wait, and you have to think. And then I was like, this doesn't sound right.
No.
Yeah.
And of course, they want you to send money or,
give them
whatever.
a credit card.
So the first thing is that's the way to avoid the scam. Now, that being said, what will happen is if you are delinquent in your taxes, the IRS has now hired 4 collection agencies who can contact you by phone.
Okay.
So, however, what the Internal Revenue Service will do is they will notify you by mail that one of these agencies, you get the name, and if they start to contact you, then you're on the hook.
So you know that if they're contacting you after
Right.
they've reached you via mail, that
Yes.
it's legit.
Yes. However, you know what's going to happen. I can see it coming.
Yes.
Because the names of these agencies are public knowledge, and once the scammers know who these agencies are, they will pretend to be the agency, but they can't ask for you to send money via a credit card or something. It's got to be payable to the U.S. Treasury. So don't be sending to some P.O. box somewhere.
Okay, all right.
So that's the key. So you've got to be vigilant.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And some of these scams threaten license suspension, deportation, or arrest if you don't pay.
Sure.
Will the IRS ever threaten any of these things?
No, they're not going to do that. In fact, there is a service now called the Taxpayer Advisory Service that if you feel that you're being harassed by these agencies, because these agencies, they get paid on how much they collect. So you're dealing with a collection agency, and we know how they could be.
Yes.
So you have some rights, and you go to Taxpayer Advisory Services. There's an 800. It's 800-629-1040 that you can call and complain and get your situation straightened out. But the IRS doesn't want their money. But you want to be 100% careful because there's no recourse. If you send your check to some P.O. box, or you give your credit card number, the IRS doesn't say, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. We're going to, forgive your debt."
Yeah.
It's stupidity on your part.
Right.
Yes.
Make the phone call and reach out if nothing else.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And you can't run from the IRS, and they'll always want to work with you. And they will look at how much you can pay. Unfortunately, sometimes the interest and penalties continue to accrue, but they will work with you.
All right. Great advice, Joe. Where can people find you?
Once again, Google me, 2 words, Joe Bert, B-E-R-T.
The Oracle of Orlando.
Thanks, Andrea.
Always good to see you, Joe.
Too.
Thank you.